This is Soph,
This is Rich.
and we are from across the pond.
Whoop whoop! It's Friday.
Woo-hoo!
Yay.
Happy Friday. How are you?
I'm okay, I think.
You think?
Yeah, let's ask you how your week was first. Generally, it's
Okay,
beautiful, so let's
we
go.
can do that. We can do that. My week was quick, if I
I
do
hear
say
that.
so myself. The weather here has been up and down. Yesterday, it's been the warmest. It was almost 40 degrees, which made it very uncomfortable because I dressed like it was snowing outside. So I was a little overly dressed. Work is so-so. Working on some stuff outside of work, which has been really good. How about yourself?
Well, to be honest, I thought this week I was going to get back into it. So last week, Alfie started school on Wednesday, so it sort of threw all the days off. So I thought everything will be fine this week. We'll get back to a normal Monday to Friday school week. Let me tell you, on Thursday, I thought it was Wednesday. And then today, we woke up slightly later for a change than normal. And I thought, it's okay because it's Saturday. So I was merrily sloping around like a sloth. And then all of a sudden, I thought, Saturday? We haven't done the show yet. Oh my God, it's actually Friday. So yeah, my week has been all over the place. I've forgotten what day of the week it was twice. Work has been busy, like a number of things. I've had a few inquiries about photo shoots. I've booked in another 2. Oh my
Make
God.
that money, girl.
One's an 11-day-old baby.
Oh no.
My
Now you just
absolute
want to pick her
bestest.
up.
I have actually, no one knows this now, apart from me and the person who asked. I've actually asked, like I do, I manage businesses' social media, right? I manage social media for a special needs company. And they actually messaged me in the week and said, would I consider being a director because somebody's going to step down? So yeah, that's all in the pipes. I went for coffee on Wednesday, which was amazing. You know me, love coffee. It was amazing. Yeah, and then just trying to juggle the week again, really. I'm going to definitely try for next week to remember what day of the week it is. Next week's got to be a game changer. I've got to know what day of the week it is.
That happens to the best of us. You know what that is? That means that you've been really busy and your mind is everywhere.
Right.
So it happens. It happens.
What's going on in the news over there?
Well, with the whole outbreak, that's what's going on. Our president is now mandating that every family member gets a test kit. So he has that. It's supposed to start tomorrow, where families are supposed to be getting free test kits in the mail, which is awesome, I guess. Also in celebrity news, we have Kanye West.
He got arrested, didn't he?
Nah, he hasn't been arrested yet, but he has been pointed out in an investigation. He's one of the suspects in a after hours club hitting. They said that he hit a fan.
Oh,
so we don't
he's
know
got
for
money.
sure.
He'll pay his way out of that.
But
Yeah.
that's about it. What's going on in the news here?
Well, Boris has been all over the news because they're investigating his parties that he's been having while people are supposed to be in lockdown. What else has been happening? Yeah, so he's been in the news because he's under investigation. Prince Andrew's been in the news, because he was with that whole paedophile thing with that Epstein guy. The Queen has has stripped him of all his titles. He's no longer Prince Andrew. He's no longer associated with anything like that. Yeah. Still waiting to find out if he's going to go to court or anything's actually going to happen to him. But anyway, she's stripped him of all his stuff, which, I mean, right?
Isn't that her son?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What,
So
just because he's her son, she ain't got to strip him?
I mean, no, I mean, like, she stripped him of like all his duties.
Right.
He's still a prince, right?
Well, he's still the Queen's son, yeah, but she's took his title away from him. So he ain't Prince Andrew, he's just Andrew the paedophile.
we don't know that for sure.
What else?
We don't know that for sure.
Oh, please, I ain't smoke without fire. Yeah, Prince Andrew. Obviously, old Novak Djokovic had his visa taken off now, so he still ain't in the whole tennis Australian Open or whatever it is. Also, celeb news. Jason Momoa is now single, lady.
Yes. From Lisa Bonet.
I think they said 16 years they was together.
I don't know.
But I did read somewhere that apparently he made a really weird statement. I haven't read it, but yeah, to any woman who likes long-haired men, dudes, I personally don't, so you ain't got any competition here. Knock yourselves out, ladies. Go and get yourself a bit of Momoa action.
There's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories behind that. They're saying that Emily Clark is the reason why they split. Girlie from Game of Thrones.
He's been fiddling away from home?
We don't know.
Oh, Jason, you disappointed me.
That's just the rumor mill. That's just the rumor.
Aquaman has been getting wet out of the water. God.
Yeah. That Coke is good, huh?
Sure, that was it for the old celeb goss.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from Tristan's written apology to Chloe, you know, about how he treated her, which, let's be honest, anybody who's listening, I'm talking about Khloe Kardashian, Tristan Thompson, he's a bellend. He got caught cheating on a number of occasions and he got another woman pregnant when she gave him a second chance. That's the only reason he's writing an apology letter, to make himself look better. Get back in your hole, mate. That's what I say. Get back in your hole.
Well, them Kardashians. I can care less.
Well, I'm just there might be ATP fans that do care less about the Kardashians. So, you know, we got to cover all bases.
Smardashians.
It's not the rich across the pond show. Come on, we do it for the people.
Figdashians. The only one that I like, you know, the one I like.
Ugh. Courtney, the most annoying one of all.
She's the most normal one of all.
No, Chloe's the most normal one. We use the same sayings. Love her. That's really all that's been happening, ATP. So, Funday Friday.
Yes, and it's a good one.
Comparison of a book that's been turned into a film or a TV series or vice versa.
Yes. Which one do you think is better?
Depends. You can't... For example, Beauty and the Beast is my absolute favourite Disney film, right? But as much as it's my favourite Disney film, they made it into a live action, which I absolutely love. Like, love both of them. I think I like the live action better than the Disney, but I just love them both. But in comparison, who asked you anyway? In comparison, The Lion King, right? It's okay, Disney film. They made it into a live action. I fell asleep before the monkey lifted Simba up onto the mountain and didn't wake up till the credits was over. So it's clearly boring. It's had nothing but bad reviews. So there you go. Depends what it is.
But I personally, I dislike when they turn cartoons into live action movies. I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I totally agree.
Classics are meant to be classics. I'll give you an example. The Jungle Book. I love the Jungle Book,
Me
the
too.
animated version.
Mm-hmm.
When they made like several different Jungle Books, Mowgli, Jungle Book, Jungle Book, Jungle Book 2. I don't know, but the thing away, it just takes away from the animation. It's a classic.
I
So
totally
why
agree.
ruin a classic?
And you know the other one I agree with, which you don't, I think, because you've only just recently seen it, is the BFG, right? When I was younger, the BFG was
The Big Friendly Giant.
my go-to cartoon film, right? Loved it. I didn't want to watch the live action because I didn't want to ruin it. But you said you'd only watched the live action at one point. So you convinced me after years of it being out to watch it. What a disappointment. I'm not ever watching it ever again. Stop ruining my classic. I love the BFG. It wasn't the same.
Now, that was a book. So did you like the book inspired BFG?
Yeah, I still like the book. The film is my fave, but I still like the book.
I think certain books should be left alone.
Okay,
I'll give you an example. The Bernstein Bears.
Never heard of it.
You've never heard of the Bernstein Bears? It's a book classic for children. If you haven't heard of it, you would love it. But they made it into a like a live action movie. The movie was terrible.
Okay, what do you think about, let's do the obvious ones like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. They were all books first, right? What do you think about them?
Now, Lord of the Rings was so close to the actual books that it was hard to tell the difference. I really think that he did a really good job keeping as close to the books as possible.
Okay, I can't comment either way because I've only seen the films. I ain't read the books, but
yeah. And the same with Harry Potter. They kept it as close as to the books. That's why they became so successful, because they did keep them as close to the books as possible.
I haven't read the books or watched the films. No interest in Harry Potter.
Or Lord of the Rings.
I've seen Lord of the Rings. I just ain't read the book. I tell you what, right? This is totally different scale of it, but the same scenario. 50 Shades of Grey, right? E.L. James bought out, E.L. James bought out those 3 books, 50 Shades of Grey in 3 parts. The world went berserk. Get these books. Got the books. I got to page 7 and I was like, this is boring. Put it down. Someone said to me, honestly, please keep reading. It gets better. Okay. Read to page 14. The girl ain't even left her room yet. Matey ain't even left his office. Nothing's happened. I'm like, forget it. Months went past. So they said, oh, a film's coming out. It's coming out. And someone said to me, please keep reading the books. I promise it gets better. Okay, fine. Up to page 22. And I closed it and I never opened it again because I thought, why am I wasting my time reading this boring bleep, 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 bleep when I can just watch the film? So I never did read the books again. The films are okay. Take it or leave it. But the books,
I think I never read the books, but I know people who have. And they're saying that the what's it called again? 50 Shades of Grey, that the books were more graphic than the movie.
And this is the thing, you watched the series, I don't know if you've watched it yet, The Girl Before. Have you watched it yet?
The Girl Before?
Yeah.
No.
I told you to watch it. Watch it because that's also a book. And I've read the book and watched the series. They're both really good, but the book goes into more detail.
Right. And that's the same with 50 Shades of Grey. They said it was more graphic in the books, that they couldn't really put it on film.
Why?
And if you can't put it on film, leave it alone.
Yeah, but I mean, why can't you? It's an 18, you know.
Because they was getting freaky deaky in the books. That's why.
Right.
Leave it to your own imagination.
Okay, say 18 plus then, or whatever. Adult, X-rated, whatever you want to say. I'm sure it wouldn't have been porn. Come on, man.
It probably was close enough.
Oh, please. Probably didn't even get a
Because
nip slip.
I did watch the 50 Shades of Grey movies, and I didn't really see anything or that was so exciting about it.
Right? I don't
I
even
mean,
think
he
you,
was just manhandling her, and she was liking it, and I
yeah, you
didn't get.
didn't even see a nip slip, I don't think. Who knows?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Anyway, you was talking in the week about a comic that's got turned into a TV series that you didn't like.
Yeah, and that was Cowboy Bebop.
You didn't like the series, or you didn't like the book?
I like the animated series versus the live action.
See
But
now,
see, the thing about cartoons versus live action is that you can do a lot more than what you can do in live action
okay, so where
because
does
they're drawings.
first of all, I've only watched a couple of episodes of Bebop, Cowboy Bop, Keyboard Bop, whatever it's called. Want for me? No, thank you. So
Cowboy Bebop. Mm-hmm.
couldn't tell you. But what do you think then? Because obviously things like Spider-Man, Batman, they was comics before they was films, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
Well, see, that's the thing. They stick to the comic book origin, which isn't that hard. But when you do a lot of certain things that you can only do in comics, or you can only do in animation, or you can only do in a book, they always seem to streamline it to fit the screen so that you can watch it. Like, for instance, I'm a Superman fan.
Yeah.
There's nothing in a Superman comic book that ain't been done on screen.
Okay, so what about the Superman TV shows then? Like
I
the
love
Lois
them.
and Clark Kent. That's still up there as well?
Yeah, I still love them.
So are you saying that though because you're a Superman fan? Because at the minute you're saying the comic, the TV show, and the film all hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, because they're not straying away from the actual message of who Superman is.
So you're saying that that's the same for Batman or any Marvel or DC movie?
Mm-hmm. They do just enough to keep it, entertaining. But that's with most movies, though. Most movies will adapt or add or take away something that, that gets your attention. You get what I'm saying?
What you saying? Do you know what I don't like lately? There's very rarely new ideas. Do you know what I mean? When it comes to film and TV and stuff, they just seem to keep remaking the same old stuff, or
Rebooting and rebooting.
Yeah,
and
but
rebooting.
where's the new stuff, man?
Yeah.
That's what I
Well,
say.
see, sometimes old titles are considered classics.
Yeah,
So they
but then
want to
when you've
build
done
on
it
it.
and it's done good, leave it alone. What did you think about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Because I personally preferred the cartoon series on TV. I didn't like the film.
I like the newer versions, the live action films, but cartoon was always the best.
Right?
Some things are always best left alone.
Aren't they going to
For instance,
do...
you like Beauty and the Beast, right? You like the live action, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like the animated version because it was a lot cuter. You had the teacup.
Oh, I'm not going to lie.
You had the candle.
Mrs. Potts and Chip and the... I can't remember the candle holder's name, and the clock you're right, looked better in the cartoon, but I just like the whole, maybe it's the songs, I don't know.
Yeah, when they start changing up songs and making songs.
Okay, in the live action, they didn't change any songs. They just added extra songs. Like there was extra scenes. Like he took her through a book. He took her back to wherever she wanted to go, and she went back to when she was a baby. That's not in the Disney movie, but it's in the live action. But I personally think it fitted, and the songs that they gave the Beast to sing on his own were just lovely. Let me ask you then, ain't they going to do a film? I've heard somewhere they're going to do a Thundercats movie.
That's been a rumor for years.
But I wish
I
they
would
wouldn't.
love,
Don't
I wish
ruin
they
it.
would leave Thundercats alone because Thundercats
Amen to that. Stay away
is
from
a
the cats.
classic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think about this though? I know we're talking about books versus movies, but and animation versus live action. What do you think about the Smurfs? Did you like the movies?
No. Should have just
I'm
left
gonna
it
tell
as
you
a
right
thing.
now. The same with Bart Simpson. I mean, same with the Simpsons. Same with they just had a Tom and Jerry movie that just came out. And then now the Big Red Dog is out.
The Big Red Dog? What's that?
You ain't never seen Clifford the Big Red Dog? It's a book that they've made into a live action movie. It's out. But as you can see, it ain't doing too well because you ain't even heard about it.
Who's in it?
Nobody's. It's about a big red, giant red dog.
So there's one red dog in it, no other characters.
A giant red dog. That's what it's about.
How are they going to make a film then with just a dog and nobody else?
I mean, it has other people in it, but they're nobody that like that you would think of that was like, you know.
I meant actors and actresses. Who's in the film? Who's starring in the film?
And I said they're nobodies. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, nobody ain't going to be rushing out to see that anytime soon.
It ain't. It's being rushed straight to rental.
Okay.
Or streamed.
What about things like Sherlock Holmes? That was a book first, right?
Yeah. And I think the Sherlock Holmes series with Robert Downey Jr., I think made it better than I think it was better than the books.
Okay, and I think the TV show with Benedict Cumberbatch was the best.
Yeah. I think they were more entertaining than the books.
I think.
But back to what I was saying before we got
sorry.
When you have a show that you grew up and it was only 30 minutes, Smurfs was only 30 minutes. The Simpsons is only 30 minutes. The Smurfs, all those old shows that you want to bring and make it an hour or so long, I don't think my attention span is going to go that long to watch.
If it was entertaining, it would. If it was entertaining, it would do. But it obviously didn't catch your attention. So
no, it caught my attention for 30 minutes because in my mind, Smurfs was only on for 30 minutes.
Okay, but let me just do my
Heathcliff was only,
hold
Garfield
on.
was only on for 30 minutes.
Let me just quash that theory. And I know you're gonna roll your eyes. My absolute favorite, Sex in the City, was a TV show that was only on for 45 minutes. They made it into a movie. In fact, Halt the Line Caller, they made it into 2 movies, and I loved it, all of it.
Yeah, but it was 45 minutes a piece. I'm talking about.
But then the film was like an hour.
45 minutes straight. It was 45 minutes straight. Since the Smurfs was on, maybe 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, but there were still adverts in that 45 minutes. You then made it into an hour and a half film. When you watch the film, I didn't think, oh my God, this is going on for ages. I was invested. I was in it like a long episode of the TV show.
Yeah, but it was already a live action show. We're talking about a cartoon that was on for 30 minutes. Now they want to make it an hour and 45 minutes. Who's got time to watch Smurfs for an hour? I don't.
I still like Sex in the City show and films.
Well, do you like the new Sex in the City?
Love it. Every week I'm up. It's recorded 8 o'clock in the morning. Bam.
Now, correct me. I don't know if this is true or not, but were they books first? Was Sex in the City a book first?
I've got the book downstairs.
So it was a book first, and then it became a series on television.
Yeah.
And what do you think is better, the book or the show?
I watched the show before I read the book. I love the show. I love them both. But if I had to choose one or the other, it would be the show because I can just easily watch it. Whereas you got to find time to read.
You got to find time to watch it too. That makes no sense right there. You got to find time to watch it too.
I like them both, but I pick the show. But do you know what? This is how much of an absolute number one fan I am. In the movie, she's in bed with Big reading a book, like a poetry book. It's called something to do with letters of men. Anyway, I actually have that book. I went and bought the book. Love Letters of Men. That's what it is. And I read it.
I'd have kept that to myself. I just want to say that's a little obsessive. I'm a little obsessive.
Well, first of all, I Googled it because I wanted to know if the book was actually real or if they'd made it up for the show. When I saw it was a real book, I thought I'm going to get me one of those. Okay, so how would you feel then? It was a poetry book. What about if somebody made a film while they were in the film? One of your poetry books was used as a prop, and then someone did the same thing. Is that a real book? Oh yeah, Memories by Richard Payne Sr. Let me go on Amazon and order it.
I would be flattered.
Thank you. Point taken. 1-0 to me.
But that's really in depth, though. You really love that show.
I do, and if I could get the shoes, that would be icing on the cake. Manolo Blahnik, navy blue with the diamonds on the front, size 6. I think they're £890 to be precise. Not that I've looked that many times online.
Well, you can paint the bottom of your soul navy blue.
Well, that's just rude.
Well, that's true. That's what you're buying. You're buying the bottom of the shoe.
No,
which will get scuffed up.
You're on about the bottom with the red bottom shoes, right?
Yeah, you just said navy blue.
No, the shoe is navy blue with diamonds on a square diamond on the front. They're what she wears on her wedding day. She said when Big asks her to marry him, she says, I don't want a ring, I want some shoes. And he buys her the shoes. She wears them on the wedding day. Red bottom shoes are Cristiano Louboutins you're thinking about. These are Manolo.
I saw Manolo Blahniks were red.
No,
the red bottom ones.
That's Christian Louboutins. Don't test me about shoes.
Hey, look, I don't know nothing about shoes. I thought Manolo, whatever they are, were the red bottoms.
No, and do you know what?
Hey, look, I can be wrong because
talking about I'm going to do a little curveball here while I look for it because, we like to deal in facts. So I'm going to show you the shoes. Going back to celebrity gossip and talking about weddings, Simon Cowell has got engaged to his baby mother, Lauren Silverstone, and he spent £250,000 on the engagement ring.
Well, he got £250 to give away.
Well, to be honest, I don't think that's that much considering how much he earns.
Okay.
Personally,
the wedding ain't even over. The wedding ain't even done yet.
Oh, sorry, they're actually £795. There you go. Oh, I think that I can never see anything in this light. Just know that they're beauts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$700 for a pair of shoes.
Oh no, that's pounds. So if it's £795, it's gonna probably be like $950.
Be still up on the shelf. That's a car payment.
Boy, I'll be sleeping in them.
House note.
I'll be sleeping in them if I had them.
House note.
Somebody will break into my house and find me laying in bed naked with nothing but an expensive pair of shoes on.
Car payment.
Well, that's why I haven't got any.
All right, back to what do you think about? I'm trying to think of a film that. Well, we did say two that were very successful, and that was Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. Did you read any of the Game of Thrones books?
No.
You don't like that type of stuff anyway.
I watched the series, and if I never see one ever again, it really won't bother me.
I thought it was great.
Did you read the books?
I didn't necessarily read the books until after the show.
Mate, you didn't read any bloody Game of Thrones
Until after the show. But I am a reader, though.
Me too. I like to read about
Don't get it
romance
twisted.
normally.
I do like to read.
Me too. Look at my Instagram. I give you my personal opinion every time I've read a book, and I give you a little review.
Well, I haven't got a review of any of my books, so we will see.
I gave you a review on your book. In
Did
fact,
you
I
put it on
even
the
gave
gram?
you a review on Amazon, 5 stars.
Did you put it? Did you put it on the gram?
I can easily take that back, you know.
Did you put it on the gram?
No, I'm waiting for my second copy so that I can do them both
We'll
together.
We'll talk about the first one.
I'm waiting for my second one so I can do them both together. It's no good with some people. God,
Anyway, there's certain cartoons that they have made that were comics that they've made into cartoons and now made into lengthy cartoons, and that would be Charlie Brown. Have you seen any of those?
when you say lengthy cartoons, you mean a film?
Yes. Charlie Brown the movie.
Oh yeah, and you got a Christmas one as well.
Yeah. But they were actually comic strips.
I know. Here he goes, yawning.
Yeah.
Yawn. Yeah, Peanuts it was, wasn't it? Peanuts.
Yes.
What
do you think?
I like the cartoon. It's very cute. I think I like the cartoon better than the comic actually, but the comic strip's cute. Yeah.
All right. Now, what books have you read that you wouldn't mind seeing as a movie?
Ooh.
Good one.
There's one that I read a little while ago with the dude on part of our book club called Blood Red Orange. That was really good.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good, like mystery drama. Ooh. What was the other one called now?
Ooh.
Blood Red Orange. I'd have to go back and scope through the gram to see what we'd read. But we've read a couple of books, in all fairness, that I've thought would make good TV shows or films.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh
no! Do you know what? Hold on there. Do you know what I would like to see made into a movie? And I think you will agree it will be absolutely amazeballs.
Legacy
yes. By Jay Reese. Come on now, this is
that would be a great movie.
A Scion book series, and I could even give you this is what the characters would look like, because unlike Rich, I have the bookmarks. Yes.
Unlike me.
Do you know what I think? I know you can't say yet because nobody's read it. Personally think my book would make a great movie.
A great adaptation of your book.
To be fair, didn't Jay Reese say that your poetry book could be a comic?
Some of the poems, he said, yes, could have some illustrations to them. Yes.
There you go. We could be sitting here one day saying, Rich, do you think my idea was better as a book or a movie? And you could be Soph, do you think mine was better as a book or a comic?
We will never know.
We will when it happens.
And we will when it happens. Now, what do you think about people who have life stories and they turn them into movies?
Depends who it is. Like, I haven't seen it yet. Everybody is raving about the Tennis Sister movies. You know, the one with Will Smith.
The Venus and Serena movie, I seen it. You talking about King Richard?
Yeah, is it good or not?
I'm not big on tennis. And what I was told, what I've heard and read is that there's a lot of that movie that wasn't put in there.
I tell you one I do like, Tina Turner movie.
Oh yeah, who doesn't? Eat the Cake anime.
Yeah.
And what about Ray Charles? Ray.
Oh yeah, I liked that actually.
With Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, I liked that.
And then there's two other ones that I liked that I really didn't think was going to be any good, but then after watching them, I thought they were really good. Huh?
You changed your mind?
I changed my mind after watching them.
Okay, what are they?
And that was Queen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that dude, he did his thing. He looked just like my man too.
Right. Hold on.
Freddie Mercury. He looked
Yeah.
just like Freddie
Right.
Mercury. And what was the other one? Rocket
Elton John?
Man.
I
The
haven't
Elton
seen that
John
one
movie.
yet. Was it good?
Those two movies, I was really impressed by the actors because they fit the bill. I don't know who the casting director is, but they killed it.
I thought Bohemian Rhapsody was actually very sad. It's a very sad story about how he spent his life, I think.
Well, he was a wild one. I tell you that much.
Oh, well, yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying, it's very sad. Wonder if they're going to do you think they're going to do a Prince movie?
You know what? That would probably be so good.
And let's just not get it twisted. If it happens, somebody's got the idea from this show. So I like 10% of the royalties.
I didn't like the Michael Jackson movies at all. They were terrible. Now, the Jackson 5's movie was better, but the actual Michael Jackson movie, no. Terrible.
Do you think, let's try and get some predictions going on here. You know, we talked about it at the news segment at the beginning of the show, like Prince Andrew and the Weinstein, whatever his name is. Do you think that sort of thing will become a movie?
No, it's because it's already become a docu-series about Epstein. I think that's his name. Epstein?
Or is it Weinstein?
Or Weinstein, Epstein, Weinstein. I would feel bad if you had a last name remotely similar to his joint. You might as well just hang it up. Your career is through the toilet.
But they do things about the royal family, though. There's the Queen, ain't there, on Netflix?
Yeah, which I think personally, and I ain't into those girly movies. I consider that a girly series. But I thought it was really good. I don't know too much about the Queen, but the Queen ain't complained about it.
I was bored. I didn't get past episode 1. Sorry.
I thought it was a really good insight on her life, I guess.
But this is the thing as well. You say it was an insight to her life. We will never know how much of it is fact and how much of it is fiction. Because, you know, like when they have these shows, there's always a bit at the beginning that says, this is based on a true story. However, some events have been, you know, like
altered or
made up
changed
for your entertainment, you know. So,
right.
Do you ever really know how much is fact and fiction?
But do you think the Queen, do you think the Queen watched it and gave her okay?
She would have had to have given an okay, let's be honest. Otherwise, she'd have sued the pants off them. Did she watch it? Probably not. She probably got somebody of her stooges to watch it for her and just say, look, tell me if it's good or not.
Tell me if it's good or not.
Do you actually think the Queen even watches telly?
Yeah.
Really?
I think she does. What else does she do? Tea time and that's about it? I
don't know what she does. Her shindigs, cups of tea, yeah, scones or whatever, but I don't think she watches.
What did they call it? Tea time? Was it tea time?
Afternoon tea.
Afternoon tea.
I don't think she watches telly personally.
You don't think?
I don't think she sits in a living room with her 65-inch plasma. Oh, let me just put Sky Q on. No.
I think so. I think she is real as possible.
She I think today I'd like to watch Netflix.
She probably watched Mighty Python.
Monty Python? Who knows? If the Queen is watching, because let's be honest, she might watch ATP.
Yeah.
Queen, let us know if you watch TV or not.
She probably does because she has to. She has to at least watch the news.
She pays people to do that for her. She don't have to do nothing. She don't even probably have to wipe her own royal backside if she don't want to. That's what she's got all these staff running around for.
But she got to have some type of normalcy. Well, she probably just reads a lot.
Who knows? Who knows? No one will ever know apart from the Queen.
That's true. I kicked something over. Hold on a minute.
Oh, Lord. What is it? Didn't spill nothing?
Nah, not this time. I kicked over my trash bin.
You mean your rubbish bin?
Yeah, rubbish bin.
Your
I kicked the
dustbin?
rubbish bin over. All right. Comparisons to films and books.
Anybody that can think of any that we missed, hook us up in the comments, because you know us, we just wing it, and we A, wing it, and B, just talk about the ones we like.
Pretty much, because that's what we do.
Hey, it's our show. We're allowed. But if there's any we missed, feel free to hook us up and let us know. But on to
book that's turned into a film.
Yeah,
that
or
is
vice
better
versa.
than the book.
So
the film is better than the book, or the book is better than the film.
And if you got anything to say about the ones that we have discussed, let us know. We ain't mad at you.
Yeah,
the last segment is something that you have been dying to speak about for a couple of weeks. That is the series review for
yes.
Stay Close.
Yes, let me pull that up while you give them.
Stay Close, which is on Netflix. I had watched all bar the last episode last week, and Rich was literally hot on my tail, because he can't wait to talk about it.
I simply loved it.
Okay, well, we'll wait for you to get it up so you can give us the little description.
Yeah. Oh. And it's a limited series. I love when they say limited series.
I want to know what happens.
That means there ain't going to be a second one. So if you really like it, you might as well rent it. All right.
Oh my God.
It is called Stay Close on Netflix, limited series. When Carlton Flynn vanishes 17 years to the night after Stuart Green did, it sets off a chain reaction in the lives of people connected to both men.
Ooh. I would say, what did you think? But we know that you loved it.
I love when they put a good whodunit together, and it's a lot of I want to say a lot of spoilers and who did what, and
it's not so much spoilers, but you have one person in mind that you think
plot twist.
Yeah. You have one person in mind that you think is responsible, and then in the next episode something happens and you think, oh no, actually it's him. Then something else happens and you're like, oh no, actually it's definitely them. And then literally at the end, you're like,
they piece everything together by the end, which they made
I think to myself, how did I miss that? Like when they then go back and tell you this is the trail of events, I'm like, oh, it makes sense, but how did I miss that? You know, that was
exactly
plot twist.
There's so many plot twists in Stay Close that it is so worth the watch. Talking about all the way up to the very end.
Okay, so I don't even know why I'm going to ask this question, but what are you giving it out of 10? I mean, out of 5.
I'm giving it a straight, solid 5. Must see.
Well, I've already said it, so it's out there in the universe. So let's give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, buddy, because I kid you not. It's very seldom that we agree on a series that we both give a straight 5 for.
And the funny thing about it was you were really chomping at the bit for me to watch the last bit so that we can talk about it. Because, you know, when someone's seen something and you haven't, you're like, oh, I can't say that because I'm going to give it away, or I can't say that. And you were just like, have you watched it yet? Have you watched it? And I was like, no. And then when I watched the last episode, I was just like,
yeah, she texted me while I was at work, like, I can't believe it. Oh my gosh.
Right. So Stay Close on Netflix, folks. If anyone's watched it, tell us what you thought, because we are big fans. 10 out of 10. I can see that they haven't left it open for there to be another season, to be fair. So that's if you're going to, let me just get it out there for the producers, right? If you're going to make what's called a limited series, end it like that. So it's ended, everything's closed up, sealed. There's no doors left open to potentially what could happen. Previously, they've got limited series where I'm like, well, what happened next? What happened to her? What happened? No, don't leave us dangling like that. Use Stay Close as a guide finish it like that, close it all up, done. There's no doors left open for any more seasons.
And you don't think Stay Close was like that?
That's what I said. It stayed close. They locked it up. They sewed it up and stitched it up, ended it perfectly.
Yes, I must agree.
I wasn't left wondering what happened to her. Where did he go? But what about this? Because they tied it all up neatly in a bow, like a little present, and said, "There you go, my love. Season's done." And I'm like, "Thank you."
Well, that was the same with Kevin Hart's mini limited series.
Not really.
You didn't think?
Did he ever get found out? Did he what? You know, this is what I mean. Did he ever get found out? Did he go on to his career? Did he this? Did he that? Who knows? That was left open. Door. Is he going to go and be corrupt again, or is he just gone back to his life a nice, normal citizen? We do not know. They left potentials. I'm like, nah, limited series, get a little needle and thread, sew it all up nicely in a little bow, done.
Oh, you are something else. All right, people.
All right,
that
come back
said,
Sunday. Sunday is very, I don't know what you'd describe that topic, but
serious.
Well, obvs, because it's serious Sunday.
Serious.
It's one to watch.
Yes, a nice, good, serious topic.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's good.
I said nice.
I don't think it's nice either. It's something that needs to be talked about. It's very serious.
Yes. That being said, this is Soph.
This is Rich.
And we are from across the pond.
Have a good weekend, Rich. I'm going to see you Sunday.
Yes, you do the same.
Yepper.
Yepper.
Hey, hey, now holla at me if you ready to go. Hey, across the pond with Rich and Soph. Alright, now holla at me if you ready to go. Hey, across the pond with Rich and Soph. Alright, now holla at me if you ready to go. Hey, across the pond with Rich and Soph. Alright, now holla at me if you ready to go.